Hi everyone, my name's John and I'm the coordinator of Violence Prevention Grey Bruce, the Violence Against Women Community Coordinating Committee for Grey and Bruce counties. This video is a quick introduction to the protocol, specifically the Domestic Violence and Sexual Violence Response Protocol that is held by Violence Prevention Grey Bruce and signed on to by a variety of services and organizations responding to domestic and sexual violence in Grey and Bruce counties. This protocol was updated in 2017 and 2018, updated from a 2011 document that was the Community Response Protocol that was in the form of a convenient paper brochure and flowchart. But that was back in 2011. So we decided that as we were updating in 2017 and 2018, that we would put this protocol online so that it was more widely accessible to people working in the organizations that are signed on to the protocol, as well as to the public to know what the roles and responsibilities of various organizations are when responding to domestic and sexual violence. So the first thing I'm going to say is that to get to the protocol online, all you have to do is go to vpgb.ca/protocol, and that will take you directly to this protocol page. We have a variety of posters and stickers. Feel free to contact me if you'd like one for your office or organization, just to keep folks asking the question, are we working together? And to make that protocol email address and website nice and accessible. So when you get to the page, you're going to find essentially just a protocol document, but it's responsive and it's online. It will work on tablets and phones as well as on your desktop computer. I'm not going to read this document for you today. Please head over to the website and take a look at the protocol itself. It is based on the idea that the most effective way to prevent domestic and sexual violence is to work together as a community, and this document is designed to improve and increase and support that collaboration between community organizations. Just like any other document, we've got a table of contents here, and by clicking on any of these links, they are responsive. It will take you to that section of the document. We start with the purpose of working together and the beliefs that informed the creation of this particular incarnation. Rolling down through, you'll find the protocol partners, so the organizations and the offices, the services that have signed on to the protocol, followed by the protocol partner commitment to implementing the protocol, reporting necessary changes, and making the information and procedures in the protocol available to service users and to the public to educate and inform. And that's one of the reasons that we're doing this video today. So using this protocol, it's supposed to be a tool to improve collaboration, reduce potential trauma, to ensure that perpetrators are held responsible, and to support early and effective interventions. There are limitations. It's not designed to be the only or the primary guiding document, but in situations where there are not other protocols or procedures or guidelines from participating agencies, this protocol is going to be the one that will inform the way that they interact. There are 5 protocol priorities that guided the creation or the update of this protocol. Again, we have had protocols in Grey and Bruce since the mid-1990s, guiding the way that organizations work together, and this is just the latest incarnation and update of those. So the 5 protocol priorities are safety and support for victims, system navigation, acknowledging that that justice and service systems are complex and can be confusing for people not familiar with them, so folks need support in navigating those systems. We also made sure that a trauma and violence-informed response was a key protocol priority here, and you can click on this resources for trauma and violence-informed responses for more information. It'll run you down to the bottom of the page where there is a resource section there for you. The 4th protocol priority is collaborative and effective relationships, again acknowledging that the best way to respond effectively is to work together. And we're really committed here to a differentiated response because we know that people's identities and experiences really shape the way that they're impacted by violence, the likelihood of being impacted by violence, as well as their needs in terms of healing and support after those experiences. So we recognize that gender, economic status, having a history of abuse and trauma, race, racism, and culture, health status, disability, sexual orientation and gender identity, age, and the complexity of a person's experience all mean that people are unique and that we need to respond appropriately for the individuals who need it. As we roll through, you'll find the roles and responsibilities of the protocol partners. And in this section, you can jump down to the individual organizations. Their roles and responsibilities are laid out here. And that also includes information about how we are supposed to collaborate with the other agencies and organizations involved. So if you're not sure who to call in a situation, or what they will do if you call, but you know that someone on this list is someone that you should be calling, you can head right down to look at this particular roles. We've got the roles of police services, and in any of these, I'll highlight this right now, in any of these descriptions of roles, if you do see the hyperlink in here, that blue font, for those of you not familiar with the term hyperlink, if it changes color when your cursor goes over it, that means that you can click on that and it will take you down to other resources, including about trauma-informed responses, the Grey Bruce situation table, or safety planning. Victim Services Grey Bruce Perth, Bruce Grey Child and Family Services. And as you see here, the roles and responsibilities are different for all of these organizations. And if you're not sure what they're going to do or what they should do, if you're collaborating with them or reaching out for service, then feel free to look them up. That's why this protocol is here. As we make our way down through the protocol, I'm not going to read all of these out for you as we go, but please do spend some time to get to know how, if you are working with an organization, your organization fits into this protocol, or if you're in need of support or reaching out to help find support for someone else, this is a great place to come and do some research. So as you can see, there are a lot of protocol partners, and so there's a lot of protocol roles. As we come down to the protocol management, renewal, and complaints system, Violence Prevention Grey Bruce is the organization that holds and updates these protocols. So if at any time you see something that should be updated, or if you are aware of resources that we should include that are not currently included, please do reach out to us through info@violencepreventiongraybruce.com or coordinator@violencepreventiongraybruce.com, and we will get in touch. Again, we believe really strongly in collaboration for effective service delivery. If your organization has an issue with the way that protocols are being observed or not observed, we've also worked in a complaint system. And I'm realizing that I've just skipped the section here. We are planning to meet annually to make sure that folks have a chance to continue to provide input in terms of how the protocol is working and what we need to update in a given year, because things change. If there is an issue between organizations that are protocol partners, we've laid out a 3-step process here to resolve those complaints or issues. Firstly, speaking with your colleague with the goal of resolving it. If that doesn't work, bumping that up to supervisors or management. And if the issue persists, again, contacting Violence Prevention Grey Bruce, because we are here as a resource to help improve that collaboration. And again, you can email coordinator@violencepreventiongraybruce.com. We have included a number of resources here, including information about trauma and violence-informed responses, understanding victim responses to trauma, some suggested best practices to support that, and information about case management through the Grey Bruce situation table for acute risk. So spend some time getting to know those resources if you are not familiar with them already. Here's information about the situation table membership. And last but certainly not least, in this section of the document, we've got a few resources. So a comprehensive guide to safety planning that you can download directly from the website here, if that's a service that you need. There are also protocol partners that offer on-site 24/7 support for victims and survivors of domestic abuse, and they can help to do safety planning as well. You can also work on a safety plan by telephone with the resources here. Where our previous guide had a fancy flowchart in it, here we've updated that for the 2018 edition as well, so that there's a responsibilities checklist that, based on the information that you put in, will change the resources and the steps that they suggest. So for instance, if we're working with an adult victim of sexual or domestic violence, step 1, who needs help? We fill that in. If it's someone who appears to need medical attention, if it's someone who wishes to report the assault to police once their injury is documented, or to receive treatment for sexual or domestic assault. The third section will change depending on what you've clicked there. So here we see that the first step is to take the victim to the nearest emergency department or call 911, because we clicked that they appear to need medical attention. If we unclick that, then that taking someone to the nearest emergency room disappears, because we're indicating that that person is not in immediate need of medical support that way. However, we didn't unclick the box that said they want to report to police. So here, contact police immediately. And if we click on police, it'll take you right back up to the role of police services there. That 3-step checklist section can be found at this button right at the top. So it's both at the bottom of the document, and we've got this button right at the top to get you where you need to go if you've got questions that you want to answer immediately. So again, we step down there, and we can change our inputs here to see what they need. So if who needs help, if it's an offender, if it's someone who has perpetrated domestic or sexual violence, if the offender needs help with parenting issues, we can refer them to the CMHA Men's Program, which runs the My Dad's group. If they are under the age of 18 and involved with the justice system, then we contact Youth Justice and Keystone. If the person has assaulted their intimate partner, then and they need support to reform the beliefs and behaviors there, again, a referral to the men's program, because the men's program runs the local partner assault response program. If the victim or survivor is under the age of 19 and the child or its family needs community supports, contact Bruce Gray Child and Family Services, contact Victim Services. And so this section of the website is really designed to be a resource to answer questions depending on who needs help, because we know that, again, that differentiated response is important, because not everyone's the same. And based on the differences that we have, we need different things. I hope that gives you a better understanding of what the Violence Prevention Grey Bruce website looks like for the protocol. Again, if you ever need to find this, it's just vpgb.ca/protocol, and you can reach out to me at coordinator@violencepreventiongraybruce.com to request stickers or posters for your workplace or just for yourself. We really want to raise awareness about this resource and to let people know that there are organizations who are working specifically to support our community response to domestic and sexual violence, because we know that people who experience those types of violence need support, and there is support here in Grey Bruce. If you have questions about what resources might be present in the area, you can always head on over to the membership list on violencepreventiongraybruce.com to take a look at the membership that we have here as part of our table, and there is contact information directly there as well. And again, depending on what who needs help, we can jump to emergency, women, children, men, Indigenous people, elder abuse, sexual assault, and these resources are, and this contact information is here for the community in one common convenient place. If you have any questions, please reach out to Violence Prevention Grey Bruce. We'll be happy to respond by email. And please do share this with your colleagues if you are a protocol partner. And I hope you have a great rest of your day.